another edition of the Solve for Why version of this heads-up match. Daniel Negreanu versus Doug Polk. And it's a big day for Negreanu. We do need to see a win or he's going to be down almost $1 million, if not more than $1 million. The two players have sat. Doug Polk, as you see, up 810,000. And, Doug Polk has not sat. We have only Daniel Negreanu. He's early, and we are waiting on Doug Polk. And of course, I am joined by Matt Berkey himself, super high COVID. And how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm done. It's over.
I
quarantined my 11 days. Yeah, I have a sniffle. That has nothing to do with COVID.
Well, I'm good to see that you're good, man. That's a pleasure to hear. Not everybody has been so lucky. And what do you want to see today, man? I'm excited for today. I feel like we've seen a lot of new things from Daniel, and I don't know. I don't know what can happen. Any time things can just go, you know?
Sorry. Yeah, I would like to see, or I guess it would be intriguing to me to see them get deep again. I'd be curious to see if Daniel's willing to put in another long session. This is the only time they're playing this week, so I imagine that he will be. And I do think that, though he may be giving something up in a win rate standpoint, being that deep is pretty beneficial to where he's at right now in the match. We're also going to cross the halfway point pretty early. Looks like they only have to play 230 hands before crossing that point. So I imagine there's going to be a brief pause at 12-5. Assuming Daniel hasn't already just made up his mind that he's continuing or stopping. That would be the shock of the day, right? If at 12-5 he was just done.
I don't know if it'll be the shock of the day. There's been a lot of shocks today in poker world.
Sure.
I think there's. I don't know if there'll be a shock of the day, but it'll be a thing. It would be interesting to see it though.
Well, cut our stream short, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So there's 8,000 in the middle on table number 2, which is the purple table. As you see, this is a 3-bet pot from Daniel. Queen 10-10. He begins with a check. Defender definitely will have more 10s in general, justifying Daniel's check. Turns a jack. Daniel will definitely have more ace-king, more jack-jack. See what sizing Daniel comes with if he bets.
I imagine I'm surprised. I figured he would start betting range here on the turn jack.
Starts with a check. That goes for 2/3. Oh, all of it. Yeah, that's why he started with the check.
That makes sense. I wonder if Doug as a whole is just betting too many hands on that particular card.
Yeah, maybe he just had nothing, right? He could have just had something that didn't care if Daniel shoved, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a weird spot to start stabbing. I don't think Daniel has too many check folds. I think his suited connectors and small pairs probably started betting either flop or turn.
Good start for Daniel, wins it. Up 10,000 right away. Busy day in the poker world today. We had some controversy with WSOP. Now we have the Doug Polk versus Daniel match.
Yeah, I really didn't understand why everybody was up in arms about the Pesh thing. I mean, obviously it's news because, a final tableist can't play.
You have a major name getting disqualified. over a rule that a lot of people don't agree with. I think, you know, I see both sides. I see the side that people don't like the rule. I also see the side of, we signed up for this rule type of thing. You know,
I guess I don't see both sides. I mean, I understand not liking the rule. I think it's a stupid rule too, but I don't understand what we gain by talking about it now.
well, I think a lot of people would say that, if you don't agree with the rule, you voice up. Rules have been changed before, at the start of an event if things just are not going well.
But this isn't the start of the event anymore.
No, I'm saying as an event, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's at the discretion of the people running the show, right? So, if people voice their opinion and maybe, I guess it's better to voice the opinion than not. It's kind of like a free roll to voice your opinion if you don't agree with the event.
I mean, I kind of disagree in the sense that I think it's more unfair if something were to change to make a concession for Pesh. A lot of people made decisions based on the rules that were in place, believing that they weren't going to change. So a lot of people didn't play because of this, or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of reasons why the EV of somebody's buy-in to that event was predicated on those rules. And then secondarily, like, we already saw this happen on the GG leg, where one of the guys from China was a part of a travel ban and couldn't make it, and they didn't make any concessions for him. They just gave him ninth, and nobody said a word. So it seems crazy to like expect something different in this instance.
20,000 in the middle. Daniel goes for the double barrel. This is a 3-bet pot. $12,900. Winner. Nice hot start for Daniel so far. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. I think that definitely because it's also one of the bigger names. If not, it might be the biggest name that they had going into this final table.
Yeah.
And him being disqualified is unfortunate. I do think regardless, it's not good PR for WSOP that this happened. And that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think that's kind of overstated. I don't think the PR is that big of a deal.
You're always on WSOP side, man.
It's not about being on their side. It's, you say it's not good PR as if there's going to be some sort of fallout. What, are they going to lose their ESPN contract?
It's just not good PR. I mean, it's. I say this a lot.
How does it hurt them though?
I say this a lot, right? Like, it's one of those things that it's fine until it's not fine, right? Like, Sony was fine until it wasn't. Like, everything is fine until one day it's not fine. Like, slowly you start losing market cap because people don't like the decisions you're making. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow.
When was Sony not fine?
Sony has not been fine for a while. Like, Samsung keeps eating their market cap. Like, things start coming up and the decisions you make have consequences. It won't happen overnight. Like I'm saying, it won't, but eventually the decisions you make have repercussions. Not immediate. Like, I'm not going to say they're going to lose their stuff today, tomorrow, maybe not next year, maybe not the next 5 years. But things, people aren't going to that.
I think if you had the choice to buy WSOP stock right now, you would happily do it, knowing that over the next 5 years it'll rise.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're going to be okay. I'm not saying they're going to go into bankruptcy.
I'm just saying that I don't think that this has any negative impact at all. Like, yeah, they would rather have all 9 players be there, but people are actually talking about the final table today, whereas they probably wouldn't have been otherwise.
I don't think they're talking about the final table in a way that they would want, though.
But that's what I'm getting at. It's like,
you're saying any publicity is good publicity?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the negative implications of this are next to zero in this community. You think if they ran a main event tomorrow, it would get lesser numbers?
I mean, I think we're having 2 different discussions. 3-bet on the turn on the river. This was a bet check raise, 3 bets. At this point, Doug Polk is Repping a house for sure. Full. Big
Well,
full.
I'm kind of just asking you to qualify your statement of it's bad for WSOP. For it to be bad, there has to be some measurable metric that is negative for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the people talking about WSOP today, it's not in positive light, and that's never good for a public company that needs its customers.
I don't understand. That doesn't mean anything to me. Like, how does people?
So what are you saying?
I'm saying this isn't going to impact. I'm saying it's not going to. Okay, but I'm saying that it will help their bottom line, not hurt it. There's no way that they will lose one single cent.
There's no way you can say that. How's it going to help their bottom line that people are getting disqualified from their event?
It's more so that I'm saying that it's not going to hurt it. I'm saying their bottom line will either be unaffected, or it will continue to rise.
Okay. I mean, we'll agree to disagree. I think it's one of those things where more people are getting into the market. They're not going to have a commanding monopoly
more
forever.
People are not getting into the market. Where? Who?
Okay. I mean, there's people, like, more people are in the market. There's more app games. There's more states being opened up. There's more people fighting for the market. And they're not just going to keep having a monopoly forever. As long as they have the monopoly, they're fine, right? They could make any decision.
Yeah, but even without the monopoly, they're still fine. Just like Stars is still fine. GG came in as a disruptor, and it didn't affect Stars one bit. Stars can continue to give you no rakeback and treasure chest and every other bit of negative PR possible, and they grow quarter after quarter, year after year.
Okay. Then let's just keep supporting the bad actors. I mean, it's fine. I'm not saying they're a bad actor. I'm just saying it doesn't look good. And I think that Stars is a bad actor in some ways.
Yeah. So. I mean, I think your gripe should be with the community, not with the companies. I think largely speaking that, the vast majority of this is a byproduct of our tolerance and our inability to take our money elsewhere and support smaller operations that aren't capable of giving us the same prize pools. It's like saying
unfair. Like it seems unfair. It seems
bro.
Unfair.
It's like saying the Venetians got negative PR in the last 5 years.
Well, they have.
Okay, they have the biggest room in Vegas when it comes to MTTs below 1K. Like they don't even have competition. They grow every single quarter.
I don't know, man. I don't agree. I'm a man of the people, man.
That's a cop out. That doesn't mean anything.
Not a copping out. Just saying, like, you're saying you're not for the apps, right? But then you're also saying that people should not, like, take their business elsewhere. But there's nowhere else besides the apps.
I'm just being realistic in the sense that people have options and they choose to support who they choose to support. So it's really not going to make a huge difference whenever negative publicity comes out if people aren't going to falter in their support. And nobody's going anywhere. The games are going to continue to run. If they ran another 10K tomorrow, it would get huge. People want value. At the end of the day, we're all trying to make our bottom line.
I don't know, man. I think a lot of people actually did opt out this time. And I saw a lot of people saying I didn't play because of the rules. And I think left a bad taste in people's mouth. And I think that as they continue to make those decisions,
they got more people than rest of world.
Yeah, because the rest of the world also had to make a decision of were they willing to travel to
but it's
all these other countries.
It's the rest of the world compared to 2 states, and they ran 3 flights.
Yeah, I understand. All right, 4-bet pot on table number 2. 6 deuce 2 spades. Check. Quarter pot, a little bit less. I expect Doug to be betting almost his entire range on this board after 4 betting. check raised to the minimum. Or just about.
A little more.
Just about, yeah. It's very interesting. Daniel will need to have some traps here for this kind of a line. All of it. It's Queen Jack of Spades. Oh, that's a bad turn.
Man, how does he just get turned dead? It's so dumb. Yeah, I think most of his check raising range is just spades. And then he'll have like 8s, 9s, 10s.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. 8s, 9s, 10s. Maybe he does have a little bit of aces, but it's going to be hard to, like, the majority of range will be that kind of distribution.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he still has more overpairs than flush draws, I think. Just assuming he has 8s, 9s, and 10s in full, he still has more overpairs than flush draws there, and he might even have like some 6x that stacks off.
Nice hand for Doug Polk. He's gonna catapult himself, I believe, to the lead after that pot. We'll see how our statisticians have it. Plus $35,000, almost a full buy-in for Doug Polk early in this match as we're approaching the halfway mark. We'll see if we just blast through it or the stream is cut short.
You're back in Vegas, man. How were the holidays?
It was I didn't do anything. I was quarantined in my room, trying to protect my family from the Berkey disease, and that was it. And now I'm here for a day to make some business decisions and some transactions, and then I'm flying back. This is how the people in
What are you flying back for?
For New Year's. And for, whoever wants to see me out there. 4-bet pot. As you see, everyone, Berkey's eating part of his new diet, his new 75 challenge, 75 hard challenge. He's getting rich out there.
I'm not getting rich, I'm punting it off.
Making fitness bets with people that have no chance of winning.
Bro, I don't know. 30K is a lot of money.
Come on, man. 4-bet pot, small bet, and a call. Daniel is the 4-better here. Goes for third, slightly under third. This is double barreling. This is...
Yeah, I think he probably could size down here or just be all in. This is that line that we've been talking about a lot. That's nice.
He gets the induce.
Yeah, I mean, it works in this situation where he has him cooled off, but I feel like that size just has some problems. Like, you lay yourself too good of a price to really make your opponent believe that he has fold equity. And Doug's hand's obviously strong enough. He's value shoving there, but I imagine his other ace-x just calls. I imagine we just give him a good price to draw whenever he has flush draws, although that's not going to be very often.
But, okay, I'll make the argument for Daniel. If Daniel was bluffing, like with nothing, then he just saves 20,000.
Sure, against calls.
Well, against the shoves too. Like, if he goes all in and he has very little equity and it gets called by ace-10, like, he's dead.
I just think ranges are insanely narrow once we land on the turn, and I would imagine that Daniel's is slightly wider, being the 4-better and the C-better. I'm not saying that he shouldn't bet small, and I'm not saying that he can't bet small. I'm just saying I feel like that size comes with issues. So the third pot, whenever we're at exactly 1 SPR, seems seems to me like it comes with a lot of issues. I could be wrong. I definitely haven't looked at enough betting in one SPR spots, just because in Ring you're mostly going to be all in those situations. But even though he has the wider range there, I imagine he's doing more checking than bluffing, is I guess what I'm getting at. So I don't think we have like a lot of quote unquote cheap bluffs here. And if we do, 20% pot seems to function a hell of a lot better than 33% pot.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense to me. 3-bet pot on table number 2. Jack 3-3 Rainbow.
Yo, Ira's getting out of line in this chat.
People out of line, man. Today's an out of line day. Everybody's out of line. Accusations of cheating going on, rampant out there. This is nuts, man. What's going on, man? People
imagine if that's what ultimately came of this, is that not only did he end up getting DQ'd for having COVID, but like somehow they find out that
that he was cheating the whole time.
Yeah, that he was like multi-accounting, and I mean, right. I don't want to throw accusations out there. I like Pesh, and I don't know him to be a cheater.
Yeah. No, we're just reporting the news. We're just reporting the news. And there's no accusations of cheating.
Well, but they're from Stout. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that Stout said that his friend saw Pesh cheating under a name. Then people were like, "Oh, what's the connection of Pesh to that name?" And then someone posted the guy whose his account is with Pesh in an Instagram, and they were having drinks together. So they definitely know each other. The owner of that account and Pesh. I don't know, man. First of all, I'm not a snitch person, so I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know. I'm just reporting, okay? Y'all make whatever decisions you want. But I ain't counting on WSOP to solve this shit. I'll tell you that. No offense.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. They're like, whatever, bro. I don't even know who's in charge of the GG side of it anyway.
GG side of what?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know who's in charge of the GG side of, like, WSOP. Is that like a completely different segment? Is that a completely different team out there?
They just licensed their name to GG.
Oh, I see. So it's the GG team. Mm. As we see a replay here. 3-bet call. This is the Jack 3-3 that we just saw. Half pot or a little under. Turn probe. All of it. And a call. Aces. That's got to be good.
Yeah.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky there. Turn the queen. Face the passive line. And unfortunately, your opponent has better than a queen. Just can't catch a break. Just can't catch a break.
Yeah, I think Daniel probably loses stack there regardless, but I feel like Queen 9 is probably one of the ones that he can actually check back on turn. But maybe he's just mixing all of his queens.
Yeah, probably have to bet some, check some.
On Jack 3-3 turn Queen, though, I think the one that is... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter.
You just got to roll the dice. And if it hits your number... You take an action, and then
can you do me a quick favor with your camera? Just angle it down towards you a little bit.
Okay, man. No problem.
Yeah, there we go.
Is this better for you?
No, it didn't do anything actually, but yeah, there we go. You're looking skinny. Drinking that kombucha.
Yeah, it helps your, it helps. I don't know what it helps, but I heard it's good.
Mm-hmm. You actually get a real haircut, or is this just growing out?
It's just growing back. Slowly.
This is this length looks a lot better, I think.
I don't know, man. I'm going to grow it back. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. I'll inquire with the chicks. Big pot brewing on table number 1, the blue table. 3-bet, small bet. Bad turn. This is not great for Daniel. Check is good news.
Yeah, I think Daniel has a lot of check calls here. Although I could see Doug doing a lot of shoving. Not a lot of shoving, but I could see him mostly just shoving or checking.
King Queen's good. Nice hand. Let's see what the chat has to say. Don't forget, Matt was a lock pro. Okay. Never forget it. God damn. People, yo, the internet never forgets, bro. The internet never forgets.
People still got money locked up on lock. They're playing a lot of 4-bet pots today.
They're going, bro, this is it. Like, they're going to go for it. Either Doug's going to be up 2 million or Daniel's getting even. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I wonder how much training is going into. I mean, this is like the weird thing, right? There is a tiny bit of meta from Daniel's side, especially as the hands start to evaporate and there become fewer and fewer left to play. Mm-hmm. There's like some training that embraces variance, right? Like some of your strategy is going to lean into, maybe rolling a little bit less in some of these 4-bet spots and just taking pure ones with like ace queen. I think we saw that a little bit last match where he got an ace queen versus ace king, and I commented that we hadn't seen that matchup of hands all in pre yet, which seems rare. Like certainly there was an ace king versus ace queen matchup where they just hadn't gotten it in. Mm-hmm. And I wonder how much of that is like him leaning into the variance side of it now.
I want to see it.
Like you're pretty pumped to flip for stacks when you're in Daniel's shoes. And maybe that's what we saw when he got it in with the 3s versus queens. I think that was last session or 2 sessions ago.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like it's we kind of have to think for Daniel, right, in that spot where mm-hmm. it's like, did he want to flip? Did he roll?
Don't get me wrong. I don't think 5-bet ripping 3s is really ever going to be great. It might be like a really low frequency play that we make.
Yeah, I think he like literally rolled like a 1%er where it was like he probably rolled a very low frequency of 3-bet and then a very low frequency of 5-bet all in. So it was like, but he rolled it twice, so it was like he had to do it. It kind of sucked. Yeah, that's the new shit. Like Daniel's probably like, fuck. Like you never know what Daniel's thinking, right? It's like he rolled the 3-bet, he's like, fuck. Then he rolled the 5-bet, he's like, fuck. Like just like had to shove it in. And then he gets called by queens. He's like, I fucking knew it. Like, oh, Daniel's a legend, bro. Fucking Court of Waters, man. My man Triple Vito says, I'm just reporting the news, which smears this guy as a cheat. Nah, man. I ain't a snitch. I'm just saying what homie said. And I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I have to say it. This is a poker channel, and there's a poker event happening.
I mean, unfortunately.
Yeah,
we'll never get to the bottom of it. Obviously.
Yeah, and if I don't say it, then you guys are gonna think, Christian's oblivious to what's happening in poker. Why should I listen to him? So it's like, you can't win. You can't fucking win. I don't think we are gonna get to the bottom of it, but what are you gonna do, man? Check raise in position raise. Call. King. Bueno. King is bueno. Man, these guys built up stacks quick. Micro stakes 134,000. Daniel almost 100,000.
Yeah, we might get deep. No stream for the WSOP today, Ira. They're filming it for an ESPN broadcast later.
Yeah, I mean, it might be over by now.
No, what time did it start?
They only started with 8. They didn't even start with a full table.
Sure.
Deuce, deuce, deuce. How come people say deuce, but they never say tray? They never say that. Just saying. The deuce gets the glory, but the tray never gets the glory. You can call fucking tray a crab, like what the fuck? Like tray gets no love.
What up, Derek Daddio? Scott wants to know what the over/under is on Conrad and a cloud of smoke.
Bro, there is no way Conrad has, like, I don't know, man. I mean, I think Conrad's like 15-1. Min check raise on the deuce, deuce, deuce board. Call queen. This is some new shit. Like, I've never seen a check raise come on this board in my life, but I'm here.
If I were
here to learn.
If I were Daniel, I'd be scared.
Of a deuce?
I mean, I feel like that it's just like only a deuce. What else has the balls to check raise?
Man, he must have had like sixes. I don't know what, like, I don't know. That's some new shit to me. The check raise on deuce, deuce, deuce. I've never tried that one, but it worked. That means I'm going to try it next time. You know, it's all about results.
It's true. They may vary from time to time from what I hear.
Did you go with Jack High?
Missed it.
I think he did. I think he called with Jack High, but I'm not sure. If we get the replay, we're lucky. If not, then it's okay. The myth continues. The legend of the Jack High.
I called with Jack High once with 11 people left in a tournament in Florida.
Here we go. Let's see if he called with Jack High. All right. Jack High's still good. That's
Jack High's the nuts.
That's going to be a Jack High call for sure. Okay. I mean, the way that ran out, it's way different though. Like, yeah. Jack High's a good hand.
Yeah, that's the nuts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because Daniel unlikely to bet King High there, so Jack High is very strong. Still strong though when you say like, yeah, I called with Jack High. I was good. Like, you don't got to give any context. Like if you're trying to impress a chick at the poker table, like, listen, I called Daniel with Jack High. I was good. You're like, oh, all right. They disagree. Overbet from Doug Polk after the 6 rips off on the river. Tough spot. All of it, not a tough spot.
Sorry, somebody rang the doorbell. It's all over from that point on.
Yeah. The people out there ringing the doorbell trying to sell some merch, man.
I don't know what they're doing.
They're trying to sell you some stuff, man.
Something tells me it was Conrad.
So tell people about this this new challenge that you're throwing out. You have people doing workouts for 75 days straight, and they gotta like read and shit too.
I'm giving away money, man. I think I made a mistake. I offered up way too many free rolls.
Yeah, you offered the free rolls, but you know, the bets seem like they're gonna be pretty good on your side, in my opinion. Berkey having some technical dog troubles as he puts the headphones down. I will pick up the pace as we lost Berkey to a dog. 2 small pots. See if we could catch the left table. Single raise pot, ace, king, 8, check back. Daniel's not going to be putting in many bets, I believe, on this card, but we'll see if he has a hand to do it with this time. Single raise pot on table number 1, queen 6 deuce. Let's see if Daniel throws out a big bet on this kind of a board sometimes. He does go for the big bet this time. I like this from time to time. Hands like king queen are kind of good to do this with. Check, check on table number 2. The ace rips off. Doug goes for the big size, takes it down. Small pots being exchanged by both players. Table number 2, it looks like Doug's thinking about a 3-bet, goes for the call, ace 10 deuce. Daniel can go for big size here, small size as well. He goes for the small size. Gets called, turn jack. Definitely will have more king queen, more ace jack. Let's see what he goes for here. Goes for the check back. Could have a fair amount of jack X's in there, a fair amount of 10 X's, given the small bet size on the flop. Could just have dust. And that's an ace. Nice hand for Daniel Negreanu. Pot size bet on table number 1. After opening pre, betting flop. Gets called. Could have a 5, could have some strong ace X's, backdoor hearts. Four bet pot developing on table 2 as well. Daniel goes for the pot size bet on table 1 as he folds on table number 2. There's a 5. After the pot size bet on the river, he's definitely not repping that many ace X's anymore. He's repping 5 or nothing, gets called. He does have the queen 5. Nice pot for Daniel. That's going to bring things up just about even as Doug Polk 3 bets on table number 2. Daniel tanking down for the 4 bet, $10,800. Not fucking around. Or maybe he is. We'll see. Call. Pretty good board for Daniel. 9-6 deuce. All over pairs, still very strong. That's all of it. Call. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. That's a cooler. And 80,000 going towards Doug Polk as he traps with aces pre-flop. Not really much that Daniel can do there. It's a pretty good hand to shove the flop with. Pretty good hand to put in 4 bets with. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Can't do anything. Just have to give the man his money. Doug Polk creeping up on 200K on table number 2. Daniel with 125K on table number 1. Yeah. So, Doug Polk's up 45,000 now. We have to be getting close to the halfway mark as well. Only one buy-in, which feels weird, right? Considering how much action has happened today so early on. Doug only up 45,000. Things have swung on both tables. After a small bet on table number 2, Doug follows it up with a 2/3 pot size, gets called river queen. I expect Daniel to start with a check always on river, and then get to decide. I believe if Doug bets, it's probably going to be rather large. We'll see what kind of sizing he goes for. Could have hands like ace 10, 9, 10. There it is. Big bet size, over bet. 10.6K into 7. Brutal spot for Daniel. All his king X's are going to be pretty tough. He calls. That's ace jack. And another pot for Doug Polk. I like the way he played that hand. I think Doug Polk played that hand well. We don't know what Daniel had. Looks, given the speed of the call, looks like Daniel didn't really have too much of a decision. Could have been a jack. Could have been certain king X's. As I take a sip, I might have to pour one out for the homie, you know, on that river call. Unfortunate. Daniel getting a little unlucky. The jacks versus aces. That hand right there, probably another like jack X versus jack X. Big pot brewing on table number 2. This looks like it was 3-bet, big bet. And now we see a 3rd pot size bet from Doug Polk. Decision time for Daniel. He will have a fair amount of continues after flatting through the flop on this 5. He has like 5-6, 5-7. Fair amount of his ace X's can continue as well. His Broadway region, however, will have to fold. Hands like jack 10, things like that, that floated flop will have to fold. And it looks like that's probably what he had. Another hand for Doug Polk as he crosses the 200K mark on table number 2. A pot brewing on table number 1, though, as we welcome Matt Berkey back.
Sorry, guys. My landscapers came and the dogs were not happy.
Wow, must be nice. Has landscapers.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What happened here? Doug's just winning all the money?
So it went 4-bet pot. Daniel 4-bets the board. The board comes 9-6-3. Daniel shoves for 1.5x, not even like 1.3x pot on the flop.
Mm-hmm.
And he had jacks, and Doug had aces.
Oh Christ!
Doug flatted the 4-bet with aces, which is fine, of course, and he got unlucky. And then another hand came about where, and Doug rivers a house. I mean, not a house, but a set, which is going to be good. And another board came about where the board came king, jack, jack, X, queen, and Doug had ace, jack, and it looked very likely that Daniel had a jack given the speed of the river call. Like, it was just like an overbet, and Daniel called within like 2-3 seconds. Like, so he just probably had a jack, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Sounds painful.
Yeah, it has not been a fun last 20 minutes. So that's gonna bring.
I don't think I was gone 20 minutes either.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, it might have been just like 15 minutes. It was like really bad. It's definitely your fault. You changed the butterfly effect.
Sure.
But that's
Blame
going
Scout.
to bring, yeah, that's going to bring Doug to 90,000 in profit as he scoops a small one on table number 1 after a check down. 3 bets on table 2 takes down. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything Daniel could have done. Like, it's just like, you're just going to lose.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to lose. Although, I got to tell you, man, it doesn't feel like Doug has to lose all that often.
No, I still think, you know, of course, it's one of those. I mean, it's good to be good at poker and also run good. You know, that's a deadly combo. Like very, very deadly. Like when you're very good and you're running good, you're kind of unbeatable. Like it's unstoppable. There are days, not you know, anyone that's a professional knows how it feels, right? Like you know how it feels when you're running good and you think you're also better than the people you're playing against. Like it feels nice, you know.
But I feel like Doug hasn't had many days of struggle throughout this whole challenge. Like of the 22 sessions, was there really that's the funny thing is like of the 22 sessions, there might have been like 2 or 3 where Daniel ran particularly well and maybe won a big number, like 120-ish, right?
Yeah.
But like that day or those days probably felt like insanely painful to Doug. But by comparison, the amount of like coolers are probably just neutralized a lot by the fact that he has edge in other pots.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone can argue. Like Doug's still the better player I don't know if it's a long shot, but he's definitely the better player. You know, I think Doug has even admitted that he has lost. You know, either he has lost some edge or Daniel is a better player today than he was when he started. That doesn't necessarily mean he's lost some edge because Doug is also getting better. So it's kind of.
I mean, would you take Daniel at 4-1 on the backside of this challenge on the next 12-5?
Oof. I don't know. 4-1 though. I mean, I think he's probably like a 5-1 dog going into even the backside of the challenge, right?
Well, I mean,
so, yeah, I guess it's the same.
To be fair, it's fewer hands, but I almost think that benefits the bet. It doesn't hurt it.
It's fewer hands, isn't it? 12-5.
Yeah, but if you bet at the beginning, it was over the entire 25,000.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. There's more variance into the second part.
Yeah, so it certainly helps it. If you took him at 4-1 for 25,000 hands, he's certainly way less than a 4-1 dog on the backside, assuming that you think the number was fair. So what I'm asking is, like,
I think he could be 4-1, like on the backside for sure. I mean, he's definitely improved, I think, and I think that.
But that would make him way better than 4-1, unless you think the price was bad to begin with.
No, I mean, from 5-1 to 4-1, I think it's rather fair. Like,
you're not understanding me. If you think he was 5-1 on the entire 25,000 hands, then he's way better than 4-1 on 12-5.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just because like it's a shorter sample.
Yeah, just naturally due to variance, he'll be way closer than 4-1. So what I'm really asking is, like, do you think the entire challenge was mispriced? Like, would you take him at those odds now with only 12-5 left? If the answer is not a snap yes, at 4-1, 5-1, whatever. Yeah. Like, if the answer is not a snap yes, then
yeah, I think you have to take him at 5-1, 4-1. Like, he's definitely improved, and 12,500 hands. I mean, you just have to kind of take it, I think.
Yeah.
But there were people that said that Daniel was 12-1 or 10-1 to begin with, you know? Like, there was a lot of people saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a good chance that is closer to accurate. It's so hard to say, though, because variance has been so telling in this front side. like Daniel's definitely losing X big blinds per 100. We're just not sure what that X is because the variance has also kind of like been negatively impacting him.
$10,000 pot for Daniel on table number 1. Gets a nice value with the jack. Doug crosses 100K shortly. Now he's up 95,000. I would be curious though. Like there are Doug has said he would play Limitless. He would play Linus if they were to spot him 5 big blinds. So, I mean, those are some. I don't know. I don't know enough about like heads up edges, but 5 big blinds is a lot.
Yeah, my guess is he's probably sharp in that spot. He probably thinks that he's losing around 5 blinds to these guys, and let variance be the dictator. Actually, I'm sure that even if he thinks he's losing 5 big blinds per 100 to these guys, he thinks that he can outwork them to reduce that number, like as he plays.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another one of those spots where it's like he's going to get better as the match goes on, where he might be 5 big blinds to begin with, and then as the match goes on, maybe not. 4-bet pot on table number 1, winner for Doug Polk.
Well, like, Limitless isn't your traditional heads-up specialist, is he?
Yeah, he transitioned into 6 max, but he's definitely is like.
I didn't think he was like a hold the lobby kind of guy. I thought that he was just like basically a nosebleed player that was willing to play any format. Like, did he crawl through the ranks?
I mean, yeah. I mean, do you know a little bit about his story? He wasn't playing high stakes like 4 years ago. He literally just crawled through the ranks.
Yeah.
Like he crawled through the ranks from.
But like specifically just heads up, or was it?
I don't know.
Like,
that part
yeah, that's
I'm
what
not sure.
That's what I'm getting at. It's like most heads up specialists did it literally through just the heads up ranks.
Maybe if someone in the chat can inform us better. Like, I'm not sure exactly how Limitless came to be, but
I don't doubt that he has prowess at heads up. I'm just saying that.
No. Of course. Nobody's saying that.
He just may not be like. He just may not be a specialist. In which case, Doug could maybe close the gap a lot faster.
Right. I mean, I don't know, man. Linus is a specialist, and I think that a lot of people are saying that they would go, like, that's like Ali Frazier up in there, Like,
have they played Linus and Limitless?
Yeah, they've played, and I think that they don't want to play each other anymore. Like, I think it's one of those where I think they both heavily respect each other. They don't really battle like that. It's been a lot of battles between Linus and like Blueberry has been like the next name, the next guy that's been in the mix. I don't know much about Blueberry though, and I always think his name is Burberry.
That's Joey Chong on WSOP.
Let's see. Sometimes I like to go through Berkey as professional landscapers. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
It's fucking rich.
That's what you do when you're an adult. You get
when you're rich. I
pay $100 a month.
Wow. There's a lot of people out there that can't afford that Berg,
Sure. Probably don't have a backyard either, though.
Wow, you're just shooting all the shots out there, like
it's just relative, that's all.
Trip 6s. What else is new?
Man, I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know what needs to change.
What can change? The guy's trip 6s. He has aces. He has what are you gonna do? Like, I'm not trying to sound like giving an excuse, but there's some days that you just can't do anything.
Yeah, but we have to like look more at a zoomed out perspective. Like, is Daniel just getting to Showdown more often? Right? Like is he getting shown a better hand because Doug is winning without Showdown so often whenever he doesn't have it? You know, these are questions that I think are like pretty reasonable to pose at this point.
4 bets, winning pre 9-7-6 to spades. Check, check. 1.5 pots left. Tough board for kind of both players-ish.
Doug definitely has some hands that go off here. Anytime he has like the 10 of hearts, 10 of diamonds in his range, I think that he probably just starts going off a lot.
Winner. 28,000 going to Doug Polk. So what were you saying about the questions you wanted to ask? Like, just
well, I'm just saying
specifically, but like what the questions that
I guess what I'm saying, yeah, what I'm saying is, are we seeing an unfair distribution of variance in Doug's favor because when variance positively goes towards Daniel, either the hand doesn't go to Showdown, or there's a lot of undetected variance that comes from Doug winning so often without Showdown. Like, I think it's a little bit misleading to just point to all-in EV and things that we can measure based on hands that have gone to Showdown, whenever we don't also include the percentage of times that each player goes to Showdown, wins at Showdown, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Because like that's going to be pretty indicative of their strategies as a whole. So if Doug is, say, winning like 2-1 hands without Showdown, that's significant. Like that's a lot of fucking win rate.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone's out there in their, damn, if I was like 20 and I was like trying to come up, I would be like writing everything. He went to Showdown 23% of the time more than Doug Polk.
I mean, I'd have a hard time grinding every hand.
I'm just saying, man. I remember when I was 20 years old, I was in there. I would write down everything. I'm sure there's some 20-year-old out there watching, and they're just like, yeah, Berkey's right. Doug Polk has gone to Showdown 22.5% less than Daniel.
But like doing that work doesn't.
Maybe not.
Did Doug just call with 10 high?
No,
or did
he
bluffed. Okay. I thought Daniel had a straight, in which case that means he didn't raise.
Yeah, I think. Here we go.
I could just be wrong.
That looks like a straight to me. Maybe.
That looks like a straight.
All right, here we go. So Doug raises, call. 6-3-3, small bet call. Medium bet call. Overbet. Yeah, he can't really raise a straight here. Makes sense.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know.
What do you want him to raise, man? He can't raise. The guy just went big. He just went 1.5x pot. You're just gonna raise with the not the best straight? Like,
I mean, we have a pretty good straight. 4-7's not exactly a huge part of range.
I mean, there's also houses, Berkeley. There's like other houses.
Not a lot, but sure.
Some houses, some straights. It's hard, bro. You can't just be like, we're stuck 95, I'm raising.
I'm not convinced that hand is a pure call there by any stretch.
Okay.
I think it probably raises at some frequency. It might matter which 4 you have, but I definitely think that like it raises a non-0%. We can't just only have 7-4 plus in our raising range. That'd be crazy. We certainly have a lot of bluffs or potential bluffs.
They're out there. Race call, king 3 deuce, 19-7. And you'll probably go in with the small size here most often. Not the small size he normally chooses, but this is like his medium size. Gets called. That's another king. Daniel tanking down. Check, check. Diamonds brick, 5-6 bricked. 5-4 bricked. Block. Quarter. Win.
Getting all kinds of messages wanting to know why you're not doing the hard 75.
Yeah, well, why are they messaging you? They could just message me. These people just they love the gossip. Love the gossip, bro. Nah, they love the gossip. That's what it is.
It's Yegon. I'm like, hit him up. She's like, he won't listen to me. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, man. I got some questions for her.
People want to know. They want to know why not Shin? Everybody else is doing it. Why not Shin?
That's cool, man. I never follow everyone else. Overbet from table number 2. Doug.
Don't worry, your man Andre shut it down too. He was afraid to be peeing too much.
Good shit, Andre. Do your thing, bro. Don't follow the sheep. You know, be a wolf. Do your own thing. Don't be a little rabbit. You know, someone throws a little. Here's a 1K free roll. Don't do that, bro. Do your thing. If you want to do it, if something's in your heart and you want to do it, then do it. You know, but don't fall for the crowd. If you want to move to Miami,
no, you sound like the fakest motivational speaker of all time. Like you sound like
just do your thing.
You sound like some remix of like the top 10 motivational speakers on YouTube.
Who are the top 10?
I don't know.
Exactly. So you don't even know who I sound like.
That's because it's that generic.
Whatever, man. You gotta. This is how I live my life. I don't remix anyone. You don't even know who I'm remixing. You can just be like, yo, you sound like a rapper. You sound like the top 10 rappers. Who are the top 10 rappers? I don't know. You just sound like a rapper.
Just mash them all together.
That's good. You got to learn from everyone. You got to take a little piece from everyone. That's how you get good at things. You know? Like a little piece from everyone and develop your own style. See? Now you got nothing to say.
Conrad trying to break me. That's all I know.
Bro, you're a fucking... Wow. Call for the chop. People out there, yo... All right, tell people about this challenge, man. Everyone has questions. Everyone is asking about what the challenge is.
It's super easy. It's 75 days, and each day you have to work out twice for at least 45 minutes. One of the workouts has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water. You have to stick to a diet that you plan out, and you have to take a daily progress pic. Oh, and you have to read 10 pages of nonfiction every day.
75 days in a row.
Yeah, but you make it sound like it's that hard. It's literally just accountability.
Yeah, it's super easy.
I mean, I think it's going to be a cakewalk, personally, but I'm also not going to be changing much of my lifestyle.
So if you think it's going to be a cakewalk, why are you laying odds?
Oh, I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for them. And I wanted them to do it. I think that, like, I think I'm giving generous odds. Like, I definitely think Conrad completes it more than 25% of the time. For sure.
I don't know, man. Conrad has to quit smoking.
He's getting paid to do it.
3-bet, pot, bet on the flop goes in. Now turn bet, big bet goes in. Flush completes. Tough spot. Tough spot because I think Daniel has either like snap calls or snap folds. Goes with the check.
Yeah, I think Doug just does a lot of check calling on this card. His ace-X doesn't really need to shove for value. It's probably too thin. Can easily just check call off. He'll have some flushes as played.
All the chips. Winner. Daniel, 60,000 now on that table, 90,000 on the first table. So you're laying odds. What are the odds you're laying? 3-1?
3-1 to everybody except Conrad, who I laid 4-1 because he has to quit all drugs also.
Does that include, does he have to quit nicotine as well?
Yeah.
So no cigarettes and no drugs.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that
cocaine,
the thing is he
heroin,
doesn't smoke
LSD,
cigarettes
shrooms.
anyway. But I need to figure out how to police him not vaping. Because, like, he just sits in his room all day, and if he just wants to cheat, he's going to cheat.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You're going to put a camera?
That's what I mean. I'm just, like, trusting that, you know, he's not going to scum me, which I don't think he will, but those nicotine shakes. Man. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't have the shakes in, like, 3 days, then I'm just going to, like, cry foul.
Even you could just fake shake, you know? You just walk outside, like, a little bit shaky, you know? Then go in the room and, like... I never know, man. It's a pot-sized bet.
Claim he threw them all out.
I gotta see the garbage can. Pot-sized bet. It's called River 9. Interesting card. Backdoor flush fills. Top pair trips up.
Connie wants some of those chin dollars so bad.
3/4 pot bet. I'm trying to be a better person, man. I don't want to root against I actually think if he completes it, he would be a better person. I don't want to root against him. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. But all raise from our man. Oh, Ali, I'm getting text messages. Other people want in on this workout bet. Like the bets are the phone is buzzing, Berk. The phone is buzzing. How can I get in on this bet?
Yeah, everybody wants in because they think that I'm just gonna like give everybody free money. Like, I get so many DMs where they're like, "God, I wish you'd offer me those odds. I'd crush it." It's like, well, I don't fucking care. Like, yeah, I'll crush it too for 3-1. What's your point?
Call.
Got it.
That is a bluff from our man Doug Polk. I don't know. I might give one of my friends a little action just because I want to see him succeed. You know, I actually want to see people do it to succeed. But
me too. That's why I capped the bet, and then fucking Landon had to go and make it unreasonable.
Oh, I'm getting even odds.
Even? I'll crossbook against anybody.
No. You're crossbook. I mean, you're a lock, bro. You're like this is your daily life. Like, it's like
I think that's very reasonable. I'll crossbook against anybody, and if neither of us make it, it's a wash. If we both make it, it's a wash.
Wow, what a life. Matt Berkey, hustling, the ultimate hustler.
It's not that easy to do 2 workouts a day.
Come on, man. You've been doing 2 a day since fucking baseball in college, bro.
I have a business to run. I don't have all the time in the world. It's hard.
Oh, yeah. I do this too, you know? I do this too where it's like, yeah, you had to call, bro. You had to call, you know? Like, you had to call. What are the other things I say? Let me figure this out. Yeah, I mean, it's a good fold. Like, I could have a lot of bluffs there. No, I don't have a lot of bluffs there. It's a good fold. Let me see.
Landon's scared to start. I honestly don't think Landon's going to do it.
There has to be a penalty if you accept and then you back out.
He never technically accepted. He just accepted on Conrad's behalf. He's fronting all the Conrad dollars.
I don't know. Okay, so to be clear, it's 75 days straight. You have to do 2 workouts a day. One of them has to be outside. You have to drink a gallon of water. You have to read 10 pages nonfiction, and you can't do any drugs, any alcohol, or any nicotine.
And you have to
only caffeine is allowed. Right. And what else?
You have to post daily progress pics.
And you have to post daily progress pics on social media or just in a group chat or what?
Preferably on Instagram, just because it's easier to police that way.
Oh, you can't eat any processed foods. Is that also correct?
Well, you just have to pick a diet and stick to it. So like whatever you outline as your diet, you can't
So you could eat a fucking supersized diet?
No. It has to
Supersized
be
meat diet?
No, the intention has to be to have a physical change.
Yeah, you could have physical change with the supersized meat diet too.
I'll
It's just
say
negative.
positive one.
Okay, so it has to be like a positive diet.
Yeah, the purpose is to change your body composition.
All right. Well.
And if you get sick or hurt or whatever, you lose.
Oh, so if you get COVID, you just disqualified.
Or you can push through.
Wow. You're just in the hospital, just fucking paying Berkey out.
You just lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna go collect at the fucking at Holy Name Hospital?
Yeah, it was factored into the price. You think these guys are getting these juicy odds for the fun of it?
Wow. Just gonna go collect. You're gonna go send an enforcer to the Holy Name Hospital in Las Vegas?
I still got Conrad on payroll.
Big bet, table number 2. This looks like it was a 3-bet, small bet action on the flop.
Honestly, from that video I saw, it looked like you were already on the supersize me diet.
Oh, and he throws shots. It's all good, man. Just use it as motivation. Winner for Doug Polk, 185,000 on table 2. He's up 85,000 today. Early on in the match, we may have crossed 12-5. I'm not sure how many hands have been played so far.
So wait, since you're in town, are we doing a vlogcast this week?
Dude, I leave tomorrow. I'm out. You know, I came here to do business.
All right. Well, do business.
Vlogcast this week. You have COVID. I'm not getting near. Yo, this guy thinks like, oh, CDC said 10 days, so we could just chill at 11 days.
Who else are you listening to?
Some people say 14 days.
Okay, but the CDC said 10.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not.
Also, I can do remotely.
Oh, remotely is cool. Yeah, we could do anything remote. We're doing this remote. Nowadays, everything's remote. They even got like OnlyFans nowadays. You don't even gotta sex girls. You don't even gotta get pictures. OnlyFans is good. You know.
I don't like all the confidence on my Conrad bit.
Bro, oh my god. There is a market in New Jersey that Conrad's gonna fail this bet. Like there is a market.
Good,
and
let me hedge.
The price is like higher than your price. It's like
Let me
Conrad's like a 6-to-1 dog. Like,
yo, I offered him 6-to-1, and then Landon booked double the action at 4-to-1 because he doesn't know how to get a good price, I guess.
Yeah, Conrad is a huge dog in New Jersey. There's no way. They're like, he's not gonna smoke. No way. Like as soon as that went in, like the price just shot all the way up. Like I should have kept that information private and just booked a bunch of action at like 3-to-1 or whatever. As soon as it was like no smoking, it was like 10-to-1. Like no way.
I need to book like 5K at 10-to-1. I gotta lay off.
I'll see what I could do for you, man.
3K at 10-to-1. Give me those odds. I need it.
Dude, you're a lock, bro. There's no way.
That's fine. I just want to take my free money. I just want to take my free money and call it.
We'll see what the market is. I'll put you in touch with some people. There's a lot of people that want to see Conrad fail, man. I don't know.
Yeah, let me just hedge out of this and train the motherfucker.
Nah, I don't think you can. It's a good faith bet, man. You can't take the other side now.
Sure.
The bet was done in accordance to, you're on the other side. You're not there training.
I saw him out running 2 miles today.
Yeah, that's good for him. I mean, day one's easy, man. It's after the adrenaline has left that it gets hard. It's not like week 1 you're hyped about it. You're thinking about the 9,000 in your mind and all these things. It's after that, week 3, where it's like just you alone in your room, hungry.
I don't know, man. Like, today's day 1 for me. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I certainly did not shoot out of bed.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? I mean, Some people just, half pot bet. Call 3,500 on the turn now. On the 9 of spades. Let's see what the people are saying.
I'm gonna feel bad whenever he's like in a cold sweat detoxing in his fucking bedroom. Talking about weed's not addictive.
Weed's not addictive. Weed's addictive as fuck. All the people saying weed's not addictive. This is really interesting to me. I don't know. I've never been like a weed smoker, but I think it's addictive. All the weed people I know.
I think like non-lethal gets confused for non-addictive a lot of the time. And it's less addictive, I'm sure. But like, we know that like even food is addictive. So I mean, it's pretty difficult to think that anything that lights up the pleasure center of your brain has non-addictive properties.
Everything's addictive nowadays, man. Your phone's addictive, the food's addictive, sex addictive. It's crazy out here. Poker's addictive for some people.
Not wrong.
Let's see what's out there. A lot of I want to bet. There's a lot of that going on.
They want to be in the mix.
They want to be in the mix, man. They want to be in the mix. Let's see. I 100% agree with Chin. And Conrad says, "What do you know? You don't know. You never smoked." Well,
probably not wrong.
I've never smoked, but okay. Let's see. People are asking, you need a picture of the bet. You need a picture of what the bet is. Easy to just post. This is the bet. 75 days in a row.
What do you mean?
Let me see. Don't you have it on your Instagram? Let me look it up. It's like the bet is like 75 days in a row. You have to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an app too that you could do like all the tracking with.
All right, catching up on the action. Check raise or in position raise. Big one. $10,000. American. Oh, 3 bets. I mean, how many times? That's a straight. This guy makes some hands, man. This guy makes some hands.
It's no joke.
It's like, Daniel probably had trips. No good.
At least it makes for good content after the fact. This motherfucker.
It is hard, man. It's hard. Like, just every time you have a good hand, the guy has a better hand. It's tough.
It's tough. It is
Pot
tough.
size bet. Like this size from Daniel here. On the innocuous 9 of hearts. But you never know what's innocuous in this game. It's like, oh, innocuous 9 of hearts. Oh, Doug Polk, set of 9s.
I'll tell you what I'm not looking forward to in this bet. Is
all the money you're gonna collect at the end.
Bro, I'm risking it all to win very little. I don't know where you're.
Yeah, when you know you're a lock, that's what happens, Berk. Like, you can't just get it. If you're a lock, you have to risk a lot to win a little.
I mean, sure, I guess. No, I'm not looking forward to the Tahoe Springs water jug always being fucking empty.
Yeah, well, you should make them get their own water.
I'm gonna put one in my room. Really stick it to them.
Yeah, I think they should get their own waters, you know? There you go. You made it too easy, man. You made it too easy.
Nothing about this is easy for Conrad or Landon. They're starting from scratch.
It's tough, man. You know, real tough to start from scratch when you're getting, you know, a nice 20,000 on the back, you know?
30.
Oh, 30. Nice. Okay. Easy money, bro. You just gotta, this is how you do it. You just gotta go 75 divided by 30,000. See how much you're making every day.
Didn't you already try that hack once?
Yeah, but then that's the problem. But then I started playing high stakes and I made more over there. And I was like, all right, fuck it. This is not that much anymore. But if you're just chilling in the house,
right,
you're fine. There's nothing to do. You're just gonna collect money every day. Every day you just write it down, like whoop. 125.
I don't know, man. It's definitely not gonna be. It's not gonna be a cinch. Like, I woke up at 6 o'clock and I felt like I really had to put in work all morning. But to be fair, I'm done with everything for the day.
You see? Easy. How much are you getting paid?
0.
See? It is for you. You don't even need money. You just do it. Third pot raise. Call. Very thin raise from, not very thin, just thin. It's a good raise, I think, from Doug there. Overbet, flop, ace jack 9. Gets called, turns to 7. 8-10 does fill, some backdoor possibilities developing. Doug Polk up 115. Pot. It's a pot, baby. You know what I've accepted?
What?
As the 4 of diamonds rips off 20,300. Daniel very likely has an ace or jack of clubs or backdoor clubs with a piece. That's not what I've accepted, but I'm letting this develop first.
Mm-hmm. I gathered.
All of it. That's snap. That's the nuts.
That is the nuts.
8 deuce of diamonds goes with a flop overbet on the ace jack 9. Turns the bluff card and says, let's dance. Pot, and then 3x pot. And Daniel had the trap. He hit him with the chop chop. Chop suey.
David Stanley wants to know when I'm going to be playing again. I'm going to stream a lot towards the end of January into February, I think. We have a lot of stuff to promote early in the year, so I'll probably jump back on 3-4 days a week. Get back in these WSOP streets.
Let's see. Timex put on a poll. Let's see what his poll says. And I don't know why Timex's Instagram name is not Timex. It's really kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It's probably taken by the actual company.
Why is his name Timex to begin with?
I don't know, man. That is a good question, actually. We didn't put up a market, but what side would you take? Daniel quits plus 500. Daniel continues minus 500. I wonder why they put up a market. Probably because he already knows.
Yeah, I feel like they probably couldn't. He's been too public that he's planning on continuing, I think.
Yeah, it's probably a big favorite of he's going to continue when he says he wants to extend it to 100,000 hands.
Yeah. Yeah, very true.
3-bet. Table 1 gets called. King, Queen, 8. King, Queen, 8, rainbow. Starts with a check. Dana cuts the lead in half. Small bet from Doug Polk after the check from Daniel. I think this is good. Definitely don't want to be firing at a bunch of money on this kind of a board as the defender. Gets called. The deuce of spades usually changes nothing, but we've seen wilder things before. $13,664. $9,000 going up. Probably gonna see if Queen X probably doesn't bet again. I expect this to be a value region of King X plus River 8. I don't think it's definitely usually better card for Daniel, as I don't think Doug will ever be betting 8x twice.
Doug probably has a fair amount of, maybe not. As I say, he might have a fair amount of bluffs here, but it might just only be like Jack 10, 9, 10 in full. And he has like a lot of nut flush draws, but they may not go off.
There's snapped.
The 9, 10.
Cha, cha.
Now we're deep.
We are deep, and it looks like we're probably right about even. They're deep on table 2.
Good to see Daniel snap with the King 10 despite it having negative blocking properties.
Yeah, I don't think he checked flop to fold at any point. He said, if this board stays intact, you're gonna meet me at the river. That's how I feel sometimes, man. When I'm playing and I flop a certain hand class, I'm like, see you at the river, buddy.
Well, yeah, because like it didn't have negative properties on the flop. It just ended up turning into negative properties. And I didn't see what 10 he had. If he had the 10 of spades, it's obviously a lot better of a bluff catcher. Since Doug's not going to be using too much 10x of spades, I don't think. But like that said, I do think it's good to sometimes reach. Like sometimes you're just too high in your range, even when you have negative properties. Like I don't know that he really wants to have, Queen 6 there instead of King 10. Maybe that's not a very fair comparison, but why are you smiling?
People want action, bro.
Send them my way. I'm the bank. I'm the new Timex. People want action, bro.
Another pop for Daniel. 7,800. Daniel's now winning 35,000. How quickly things change in No Limit Hold'em. was up 100. Now he's down 40. Swing. About a swing. Let's swing. About a swing. So, the thing that I've realized is that not everybody's going to like a commentating style. Some people are like, oh, Chin talks too much. Oh, Chin talks about other things that's not poker. Oh, Chin this, Chin that. Well, fuck that, bro.
Who says that?
I mean, I'm extrapolating for the hate, you know?
Nobody actually says that.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably people that come to the channel and they're like, why are they talking about a physical bet?
This is why people come to the channel.
It's like, why are they talking about, why are they not talking about Daniel betting pot on the turn on the 9 of clubs? It's like, bro, we'll cover it when the pot reaches 10,000. So, river 6 of diamonds, the pot's $10,359. Daniel bet the turn for pot. Gets checked to. He goes with the 1.5x pot bet and wins. Things changed quick, man. This is the fastest I've seen like a lead evaporate for Doug, actually. I don't think we've ever seen this before, where he was like up 100 and then down 40 in a matter of minutes.
I'm sure we have, but probably to a lesser degree.
Yeah, not within like 20 minutes. Like,
right.
Sure,
Well, I guess like my point is I think that it appears worse than maybe it actually is, or it feels exaggerated because it went from plus to minus. But I'm sure there have been times where he was like minus 40 to like minus 120 over that time frame.
Yeah. Kick a man when he's down. I feel like I just talked a lot of shit on this. Check raise, queen 9-9. I'm gonna start check raising more. I'm seeing a lot of check raises today. Deuce, deuce, deuce got check raised.
Somebody in the chat was saying that Doug specifically was talking about studying that spot and how the solver check raises a lot, which is kind of surprising to me because, especially in heads up, you're certainly not going to have advantage, not even close.
On the deuce, 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 I haven't seen the check raise, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm old school.
Maybe I'm old school.
I don't know, man. The deuce, deuce, deuce. I haven't really seen the check raise yet, but maybe that's it. Maybe my time has come. Like, that's it. The players are taking a break as we have officially hit the halfway point. 12,500 hands have been played, and we see
Daniel plays on.
Sit in. This is it. The players are playing through. And Daniel on an uptick. Maybe it continues throughout the second half. Maybe this is the beginning of a new tide changing. Three bet pot. Jack 7-6. 2 clubs. I don't like when people call clubs clizzies.
Who calls them clizzies?
Everybody on the East Coast says 2 clizzies. It's not like, it's just a club, man. Like it's literally a 4-letter word. You don't need to make it shorter. You're actually making it longer by calling it clizzies. Like it's a longer word now. And it's
I feel like these are the same people who still say for shizzle.
Nah. For shizzle's West Coast, man.
I mean, I guess, but like it's really nothing. What? Man, my man Tom Wheaton like shouted out Conrad saying like he's got this or whatever. I have to find the tweet though because he sounded like such an old man when he said it.
I think people say like for show, like faux show. F-O space H. Sorry, F-O space S-H-O. Faux show.
Faux show.
Yeah, for sure.
He said, "All right, I went in on this. Hit me up." And then he added Conrad.
Sit out. Yeah.
Then he added Conrad, and he said, "You got this, shiznit."
Wow. Shiznit. Shiznit's new.
That's such a dad way of swearing. Oh, I love Tom.
They're playing on table 2. There's a dot, but probably a single. It might be a dot. I don't know. If that's a double dot, it might be over.
They might have just been trying to get to the exact number of hands. That would be my guess.
Mateo and Fuego says, so where did Berkey find Chin? On vacation in DR selling playing cards or oranges? Just curious. Wow. It's the most fucking racist thing I've ever heard from a guy named Mateo. The fuck? I mean, I could have been selling him other shit that it wasn't fucking playing cards or oranges. God damn.
That's messed up, man.
I mean, downgraded to fucking playing cards and oranges. Like, so many other things in DR. There's fucking coconuts. There's fucking plátanos. There's mori soñando. Wow, that's a double dot. That's over. Wow, this is a crazy turn of events.
What if he quit?
It might be. I mean, it's a double dot. That means it's game.
I mean, quick quit. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They just crossed 12-5 and he just sat out. It's over.
Wow. This is an interesting turn of events. So Dnegs is out. Looks like he's down, what, about 700,000 for the challenge?
Wow, holy shit. I did not expect that turn of events. I thought he was 100% continuing. Unless he's just like, I'm going to take a break and then play later.
I don't think it would be later today. Maybe he wants...
No, not later today, but just saying...
Yeah, maybe he just wants the week to decide. But that would be crazy to come into today's match and not know if...
No, he definitely knew he was gonna... He definitely came into today's match and said, I'm going to stop it at 12-5, right?
Well, I guess what I'm getting at is it seems like if I were Doug, I wouldn't be okay with that.
Why not?
I mean, you're probably only talking about a couple hundred hands, but... I guess I wouldn't want to give him... I don't know. I feel like he would have had ample time between last session and now to decide if he wants to continue. And I wouldn't want to give him another week of study without pressuring him to make a decision. But I guess, like, you know, there's nothing written in the bylaws and he can just leave us on red.
What a legend. I did not expect this to happen. I thought we were just going to play through 12-5. And just whatever number we land on tonight, we land on tonight. Things were going well for Daniel recently.
Yeah, especially
right?
they were pretty deep on the second table.
Oh, here we go. So, last session of 2020, as we near, this was, I believe, a little earlier today. We may play past the 12-5 mark today. Either way, we will pause at 12-5 hands and get a tally. If the match continues, it will resume January 4th.
Well, there you have it.
He did have like a little bit of a pre-warning that maybe we pause.
So it looks like we're off for a week.
I think it's a good move by Daniel, regardless.
Oh yeah,
right?
for sure. The more study, the better.
He gets to just like pause here and then say, regroup with his team. Say, do we think we could come back from this? Do we think we can overcome the EV deficit? And take it from there. Say, hey. I guess him and his team will decide. What a surprising little turn of events there. I was ready for a couple hours more of Daniel Negreanu. I was excited. He was winning.
Yeah.
First time I got to see Doug fucking lose 150K straight in a long time. And I was like excited. And then all of a sudden I get this, you know? Wow.
Oh, here we go.
Hasn't happened to me since like high school. I just like get excited for something. Like some girl's about to go out with me and then she's just like gone, you know?
Ghost.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm happy these people joined us, you know? I'm sad.
I guess we're gonna have to do a vlogcast now. That's all.
About what?
I don't know. Final table DQs. Daniel pausing the match at 12-5. You ducking the 75 hard challenge.
Not ducking shit. These people are sheep. Like they're just trying to give you thousands of dollars. You're gonna win. What are you gonna win? 10,000?
I'm risking 50 to win.
No, fuck what you're risking. What are you gonna win?
I only stand to win like 10K, 10-5.
Oh, you know how sometimes you sound a little bit pretentious. I only stand to win 10,000.
I'm risking 50,000.
I only have landscapers at the house. I only have my own jug of water that I can move into my room. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how much I can play because I only have a business to run.
I'm risking 50,000, 15 of which is just straight free rolls.
Oh, I'm only risking, I'm risking $50,000. Like, it's like, okay, man.
That's a lot of money to people.
Oh, white privilege. Go ahead, continue. You want?
That's a lot of money.
Where did Berkey find Christian selling oranges in Dominican Republic? Like, what the fuck? Yo, thank you all for joining us all for why Berkey's company that he has to run, and I hope you all enjoyed the show. We shout out to Daniel for coming in and giving us a brief moment of his time, and and I hope you all enjoyed the show. Good luck and good night. Only 50,000.
See here, kid. You gotta just go for it. Don't think about what comes after or what came before. You just gotta bend your knees, take a deep breath, and jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?